Welcome again, everybody, back to Crypto Jet, my fellow holders, shillers, and crypto degenerates. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the best crypto news, insights, and of course, my beautiful voice. Now, before we get into Ethereum Classic, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what we're going to talk about today, which is going to be about the project, about their very, very interesting new NFT project as well, ETC Punks, which is it's like a normal NFT project. They sell these little tokens, but it has a very, very nice twist to it. So we're going to cover that in a minute or two. At the end of the video, we're going to go through the technicals and make sort of a price prediction for this coin for the near future. So make sure to stick around if you want to see more about that. Now, the global market cap, let me start with that, is at $1.9 trillion at the moment. The whole crypto market is kind of in a state of consolidation because of, first of all, China news. Also, the S&P 500 is a bit shaky. Economies are not performing the best because of the recent, coronavirus 2 years. And everything is kind of starting to shake a little bit at this moment. So it's normal that crypto market is also shaking. Now, Ethereum is at a price of just above $46 at this point, with a market cap of $6 billion, being the 28th coin on the market. 62% of the coins are currently in supply, but that doesn't really interest you at this point. We're going to look into a little bit more detail on the chart and come up with a prediction later. And you can actually purchase this coin on all of the largest exchanges. I would personally recommend Binance and Coinbase because they are the largest and most reliable. Now, first, let's have a little look at the project. What actually is Ethereum Classic? So their motto is to build unstoppable applications or decentralized applications. The main news that we can see is ETC Punks, the project. We're going to have a look at that. But what actually is Ethereum Classic? It's a way to manage digital assets without the needs for a middleman. So it's a decentralized finance project. This is the future of cryptocurrencies, in my opinion, because the financial system and financial intermediaries, they're a little bit outdated at this point, and we need a way for people to be more powerful in that sort of sense, and for no middlemen to be taking our money for no reason, right? So it allows smart contracts to be written that are uncensorable, so everything is very, very transparent. It's a very good ecosystem. Their key selling points are, obviously, it's decentralized. You want to see that from a cryptocurrency. Centralized cryptocurrencies are pretty much the same as normal financial intermediaries, so you should stick away or stay away from projects such as those. Untampered ledger since 2015, so it's the same thing that they actually released many years ago. They're not changing anything, and a few other things. Now, let's actually look into the Ethereum Classic ETC Punks project. So basically, they're collectibles on the Ethereum Classic mainnet, and there's only 10,000 of them made. They're all unique, so they look something along the lines of this. Now, what's the twist here? Well, everyone has the chance to actually get a random one of these. So there's rarer ones, there's more frequent ones, and everyone has the same chance. So all you have to do is mint these ETC tokens. So it's very simple. You can go on their website, and just mint tokens. You connect it to a wallet, and then after some time, you will mint enough to be able to earn one of these little characters. And once you do, they may be very small in value. So they may be, a normal character, but they may also be a very, very lucrative, very expensive one because it's more rare. So it's a very nice marketplace. You should go onto the ETC Punks website to have a look at a little bit more on that. Now, going through a little bit of tweets, Furby Loot said that the floor is set. November is going to be a green month for ETC. I have to disagree with this for the moment because I believe he's looking at the chart somewhat in a wrong way. This trend line is not valid to me because, moving on to the normal chart, let me just show you something. It's not valid anymore because if you plot the same trend line that he actually plotted, it's been broken out of towards the downside. So what I prefer to do is move on to the logarithmic time frame. So this just has a little bit of a different view on the chart, and plot a more long-term vision for ETC, which is something along the lines of this. So at the moment, we have actually broken out of it. So my first instinct is to look towards the bearish side. But on the other hand, we have a significant zone of support, I would say around the $35 mark, where the 200 period moving average is coming along very well. So I believe to see very nice buying pressure, especially with the creation of this ETC Punks project. Their first NFT based project is going to be huge in the world of NFTs. I can already see it, and I believe a lot more buyers will be attracted to the market, especially as the bull run continues now after this consolidation. Next week we have just a little meme, hard to swallow pills, ETC is going to $1,000. Well, currently being at $46, I don't really think it's going to go to the $1,000 mark, but we have had a high of $180. I believe a realistic pricing for this coin could be somewhere in the $300 mark in the next 3-4 months as the bull run continues. Moving on, they actually increased their hash rate to 26.3 tera hashes per second. Now, hash rate is basically the speed of transactions. So how many hashes per second ETC miners are performing. The more hashes per second, the more transactions the network can actually handle, and this is actually very, very good news for the project. So thank you, ETC 1K. This was a tweet from September 29th, so from yesterday. It's a very, very nice news to see, and it's very nice to see somebody actually following this type of stuff. Obviously, X is tweeting about ETC Punks. He actually scooped 4 of them. He wants to sell them for a fee, unless he doesn't want to sell them right away. So these are randomly generated characters, and they are, as you can see, they're pretty cool, but they have no real value at this moment. But over time, as people mine the total supply of 10,000 of these punks, there's going to be a lot more value added to the ones that people want the most. So it's basically simple market supply and demand. The more people want a token, or the more people want an NFT or a little art, the more the price is going to rise. So you can see the ETC Punks page right now. This is the I'm not sure if this is the official page. I think it is. They're not that large in the community at this moment, but they were released very, very recently. So I believe there's going to be a huge interest for this in the future. Now, on the technical side, as we've talked already, I believe we're going to rebound from this zone right here. If we take our fib levels from the last bottom part, we can see that we're actually nearing the 78%, which is also a significant level for a healthy retracement in the market. Now, I will be keeping an eye out on this price, but I would like to go into the lower time frames, where if you actually want to see a movement upwards, we would have to break this sort of a downtrend line, which we have done on the lower time frames. That's very nice to see, and we have actually created a higher low. So on the lower time frames, we're starting to move bullish, which is an indicator of potentially a larger bullish movement on the higher time frames as well. So everything obviously starts from the lower time frames, and if we've created a higher high and higher low at this point, we may continue doing that and moving in a more bullish fashion, right, as you can see here. And then if we go into the daily time frame, this whole move on the lower time frame will actually become on the higher time frame something along the lines of this, and then a higher low, and then a higher high, and then a higher low, and so on and so forth. But we're not here to predict the market. We are here to react to what it says, and currently it's saying nothing on the higher time frames. And obviously for crypto, as I consider them all investments, I would only be looking at the higher time frames because I'm looking at gains 1, 2, or 3 years from now. That's all from me today. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment if you have any future video ideas. Until we meet again, hodl for dear life, and I'll see you all in the next one. Adios.